Very good to see you here today. Yukiko, welcome. So I have a big day planned for us. We are going to spend some more time on balance. We're going to use everything we've learned to date and take everything a little bit further. I love brush, knee, and push because it really allows us to get moving. And when we're moving and moving in slow motion, that's when it really exposes how our body structure is being used, and balance is a key part of that. So I'm going to hit that again today. So if you're not using your arms right now and you're just using your feet, that may work well for you. And if you're just sitting, I've got some tips too. So you can keep your heads up, you can think about your Tai Chi pulls, you can turn, you can do whatever you want. So last time we really tried to give ourselves some more experiences with brush knee. We invented that notion of a Tai Chi pole, you know, like that place that you could turn around. And we practiced that. We're going to practice that again. We were doing a lot of work with our heads up. So we'll solidify a lot of that today. I also want to introduce a couple more concepts which are going to help, again, with our balance that you can check in with. And we'll get some practice using those in a couple of different things. Hey, Veronica, welcome.
Hi.
And we will, and then I am going to actually teach you some of the parts of Golden Rooster. You will either choose to do more or less of it, depending on how balanced you're feeling. But again, Golden Rooster is just really a fabulous move to work on your balance and your alignment. So I've tried to do a little bit different with my Tai Chi lines today. And you should be able to mirror me and everything that we'll be doing today. So let's warm up. I'm also, one last thing. I am going to ask you several times what you're experiencing. So you are absolutely welcome to keep unmuted if you want, unless you have a lot of background noise, or you're welcome to come up, or you're welcome to just, wave to me or whatever and give me feedback that way. But I'm particularly interested in you guys giving me feedback today. Because this is a big session today. We now have enough tools in our Tai Chi toolkit that we can get moving. So here we are. Let's really stretch our spines, get them very centered, very center of us. Our weight entirely on our feet plastered to the ground, and the head pulling gently up towards the sky. And check in with those knees. Mine always get super straight at that point. So make sure they're unlocked. And I like to really just go down a little bit, just really feel that. And then come up. And then after I finished coming up, make sure your lower back is relaxed, is extended. That your weight is centered, and your spine, maybe give that spine just a little extra extension. And now hang your entire body. Oh, those shoulders are melting. Oh, fabulous, guys, you look great. And now we're going to do opening. Remember that opening? Cross our back, the back extending, turning our palms back, and then levering, like there's a fulcrum at our shoulders and something pushing down the back. And then pushing that ball into the water. And relaxing. And again, across the back, the extension, maybe helium coming into those arms, extending them, but they just float up. And then the helium goes out of the upper arms first, and then you're pushing down. So there's this little wave. There are two ways to do opening. The other way to do opening starts like this, and we do our regular opening. But then as we start to come down, we start to bend our knees. And if we were just doing opening at the bottom, we would stop again where we can't push anymore. But today we're going to go into the wellness exercises coming up. And down. Oh, don't let those shoulders go up. You're still hanging. Still hanging like a puppet. Suspended. Your whole body is suspended. It's helium in your arms. And now let's coordinate our breath. Breathing in as we go up. And breathing out as we go down. And now we're going to come out. We're only going to go up part way today. And down. But it's still quite a big circle into our large tree. And then at the elbows, we just come around. Our elbows never really get very high. They just raise the least little bit. Today, we're keeping it low, basically warming up our elbows. Yeah, nice. And now we're going to come up to our big tree and bend our knees as it exhales and inhales. And again, those elbows droop, the shoulders are down. Feel the tree breathing with you. In, out, in, out. Now you're converting into a giant bird. Everything starts from your back and your upper arms. They're like waving out. Nice. You never go further than your biggest tree. And your shoulders stay down. You guys are doing a great job with your shoulders. Are your heads up? Looking good. And this time we're going to come in, turn, and down. All right. How are we feeling? All right. I saw some thumbs up. Yeah. And I see some folks continuing. Are we feeling a little more warmed up? How do you like that breathing with the tree? Is that nice?
Yeah, good concept.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And I like the bird. It's different. But I like that. The other thing that the bird does for me is it helps me keep my shoulders down sort of in the back. in the back, like they came back and down, like they're in your pockets. Because, you know, like if they're really my wings, then, you know, I'd be doing it with my back, you know, if I were really flying. So I don't know. I see birds fly and I feel my back muscles. I don't know if anyone else has that experience, but anyway, it's nice because otherwise, you know, you tend to be up here, and it's really nice to be down here. I want to show you something else about opening. I don't think I've talked about levering your arms, you know, but I want you to imagine that something is pushing down. See the fulcrum's right here at the top of your shoulder, and something pushes down and your arm just comes up. Something pushes down in the back. Imagine that's a handle that I've just put there, and your arm just comes up. So when I say they float up, that's one image you could use. Or when I say they lever up, but if you try to lift them up, you're going to think about lifting them from here. And that's going to be off your balance, right? But if you think of everything like some really long lever in the back, and it just like floats up because the back is going down, right? Then your shoulder won't have a tendency to come up. That's what I mean by levering up. And we're going to be using that concept later as well. So, make sense? Yeah, Maria.
Oh, bend the elbow. It's the whole arm, right?
It's the whole, well, as Nancy would say, every bend has a little straight and every straight has a little bend, right? In Tai Chi, there is no, like, every yang has a little yang. I mean, every yin has some yang and some yang has some yin. So it's the same thing. So when we're standing in prepare, we aren't absolutely, you know, like this, right? We are extended and we are relaxed. And then we turn them and we come up, and our fingers aren't like this. They are just, they're extended, but they aren't absolutely like board straight, right? But they're not gonna come up like this. They're gonna come again like they're being levered up. And you can learn to kind of feel the muscles in your back, like in rock spreads its rings, but they're going down. Those muscles in your back go down.
Thank you.
So yeah, work on that. It takes a while to work on that because we're all kind of like lifting here initially, but you guys looked good today. So congratulations on that. We've got that. I want to do some other warm-ups now. This is going to be a little more peppy, I guess. So we're going to keep our feet fairly close together, and we're going to be turning from one side to the other, right? So we're going to turn to the corner, actually, out to the corner, and then out to the other corner. So I just want us to like stand on one leg. And by the way, hi, Rima. I haven't said hi yet. Nice to see you. So
it might be my technology, but you are not
spotlit. I think you are not in in speaker mode. So if you go up to view in the upper right hand corner,
you fix it.
Fabulous. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know. It might have been that way. I tried to do that earlier and we corrected it. So if we basically stand in the corner and then turn our more front leg to the front, I want you to stand on the back foot. And I want you to sort of think about, you know, just putting that front hand out. You can put both hands out if you want, whichever works for you. So we're gonna sort of bump here. You know how we've done knee bumps before? Bump here, and then bump. So just kind of do that. Corner to corner, corner to corner, corner to corner. 1 foot straight, 1 foot at 45, whole body turn. Your hips are to the corner and then to the other corner. Your upper body is doing the same thing, right? Now we're going to slow it down a little bit and bump, right? So here we're looking this way and we're that way. And then we're going to come up and over and bump, right? Can you pick up this foot maybe? Think about that. Yeah, I got a thumbs up from somebody. All right, and we're going to come over to the other side and bump. When you bump, I want the weight on the back foot. Can you pick up the toe? Could we do a little exercise here? Head straight up. There we go. Nice. Yeah, all right. And the other side. Bump. Weights on the back foot. Hands in the front. Heads up. Can you lift this toe up? Nice. And bump. Can you lift this toe up? And bump. Could you lift it up? Just take it off the ground by extending your leg. This is going to involve keeping your head up while you look at your screen. Yeah, nice. All right. We'll work on the other leg. This is going to make your leg a little tired. And bump. Weights on the back leg and extend. And just, if you can get your toe off. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Now, I want you to think about the standing leg. Standing leg, as it goes up, is your weight on the whole foot. When you take it up, is your weight on the whole foot. And come down, just notice that. We call that being on the bubbling well. Put that foot flat on the ground, all the weight on it. Maybe extend the toes a little bit, just like flatten out if you can. And then can you stand on it? You should feel little tiny wobbly micro adjustments happening. And if your head is not up straight, you will tip. So head up, let the world hold you on your Tai Chi pole, down, and up, and up. And on the other side, down, and up, and up. Now, if this is a challenge, this is as far as you go, and you always keep your head up. If this is not a challenge, I want to talk to you about another lever. So when you think about lifting this leg, this will also be true for some of you for whom it was a challenge. When you think about lifting this leg, how many of you think about, oh, I've got to lift this part right here? How many of you think of that? Anybody? Yeah. Okay, so let me put that in your head. Don't do it. But I'm going to show you what happens to me if I think about that. Oh, a puppeteer is going to pull on that leg, right here. It's going to lift this leg. I've got to lift it right here. I kind of think right here, right? And when I think about that, this is what tends to happen. Because look, everything's balanced on this foot. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to do it the other way just so you can see. All of a sudden, I'm thinking about this piece right here, and it puts weight into it. And it tends to make my balance go. But what if instead I have a lever here? Remember, we were bumping. I'm going to actually go this way so you can see the lever. You have a lever here, and instead you think about pushing down in the back to raise the leg. Do you see that? Look at the fulcrum point. It's right where I'm balanced. It's right, I'm going to put this here for the moment. It's right where I'm balanced. So I tell a lot of people when they want to get ready to make a kick, or when in this particular case you want to lift a leg, even if it's just a little bit, don't think about lifting it from here. Think about some imaginary lever or a puppeteer in back of you actually pulling something down. Or I tell people it's like rocks in your back jean pocket. You know, that's where that lever is. It's in your back jean pocket. Because for some reason, if you think about that, and I'll tell you what's actually happening, part of what's happening is you're doing that gorilla thing, right? If you try to lift your leg with your legs really straight because you're worried about it and everything's tight and everything's straight, it's really hard to do because this is all locked. But if you're down a little bit, and you can lever that up, and part goes down as the other part goes up, part of that pelvis unlocks, then you're not pulled forward and you're not pulled sideways. Okay? So it's another, yeah, Maria.
In other words, the knee, it's a real challenge for me to lift the legs. So if I bend the left knee a little bit, is that what you were saying?
Yes, I think you should start with the knees. That's why I've been doing it this way, with the knee bent. And then you can just do it that way. I know I was just telling you to do it as you straightened, but now that I think about it, that's probably harder.
Yes, that's helpful. Thank you.
It does help? Good. Good. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Eventually, you'll be able to keep that tip in your sort of pelvis, and you'll be able to actually simultaneously extend your leg as you go up. But for those of you who are in later parts of the form and you're never able to keep your balance, this is a really nice trick. This, and also keeping your head up. You'd be surprised. You want to be on, first and foremost, Tai Chi pole. Second thing, are you 100% on that foot that you're standing on? Can you feel the bottom of your feet? For today, I don't care if you lift off the ground. I want to give you something to practice. I want you to be practicing this week. Okay?
Thank you.
We good? I can see you guys getting somewhere with this. Okay. Don't expect to do everything all at once. It's not for all at once. All right. That was actually a warm-up and a teaching combined. So now I want to do some more warm-ups and review of what we did last time, and we'll be coming back to some of these same things later. So let's get back with our brush knee, right? So we could stand, we always start in that corner. Let's start in this corner. I'm having a hard time keeping this on today. All right. So here we are in this corner. And we said last time that kind of when we're in the corner, facing the corner, yeah, you guys look good. Remember, we could swing, step. Remember that? Swing, step. And our arms were here, and then we polished the table. It came to our shoulder, the other hand to our shoulder. And then we pushed with the back foot. Oh, sorry, let me start this again. Let's actually start from the bow step. It'll be easier because I didn't give you the calling right. All right. So we're going to have one foot in front. I should have worn different clothes. I can see that now because it's hard to tell. One foot in the front, one foot in the back off to the corner. This is a bow step. And Remember, open to the corner, open to the corner. Upper body is turned, back leg is straight, front knee is bent, right? This hand was up in a strike. We've gone through this, and this hand is down. We're going to review the hands and the footwork here, but mostly the hands first. As we push back, this hand's going to rise up, and the weight's coming onto our heel. We turn out as we read our notes. Yeah. Now we're going to go stand in the corner. How do we get there? We're on our Tai Chi pole. Our arms close a little like they're coming over a ball, and we stand looking at the corner. Then we turn on our Tai Chi pole. Remember that? And our leg comes out, our heel comes out as we swing. We call that a swing step. As we start to push with the back foot, we polish the table. As our front foot goes down and we're ready to strike, then as we bend the knee, we turn our upper body and strike. Then our hand comes up halfway, arm up, read our notes, turn out, go stand in the corner, put your Tai Chi pole in the corner. It's almost like you had a ball here. Swing step as you finish that turn. Polish the table. And push with that back foot. Turn, throw that strike, turn the upper body only. Right. And we could just move back a little. Get back into this position. Up. Read the notes. As we turned out. Stand, swing, step. Coming forward, polish the table to our shoulder and strike, turn, bend knee. And up. We're pushing back a little bit. Turn out, read our notes. Swing, step, turn on that Tai Chi pole. Keep your head straight up. Polish the table. That foot goes down. The foot in front is down, but the leg is still straight. You feel this tension between your legs. Your hips are still to the corner. Hips stay to the corner, but upper body comes forward. Head up. All right, and we're going to do it sideways now. So you can be right next to me. Let's see. We're going to do it this way. At some point, it's going to get, so when you start, no, let's do it this way. Sorry, we're going to put this foot forward. I want to at least get you started. No, I'm sorry. We're going to do it this way. Yeah. When I look away from you, you're looking at me. So that works. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. I want to talk a little bit about the feet. We're coming back, and the weight in the front foot is on the heel pad of the front foot. So now we pivot that front foot. It's our right foot for everybody at this point. And we read our notes. Now we're going to push, and our Tai Chi pole is going to stand in the corner. And then we're going to turn around that Tai Chi pole, just swing around it, put our left foot out. That's the swing step. Now that left foot is going to start digging in from the heel edge to the heel pad to the toe being down. Now you bend knee and turn to the front with your upper body. Your lower body is still to the back. I mean, to the corner. All right, I'm going to check in now and look for questions. I see some very thoughtful looks. Yeah, Anke.
I realize I'm having a terrible time figuring out what direction my toes are pointing, because I sort of follow your directions and then I look at my feet and they're not going anywhere what yours are doing.
All right, so maybe we'll take some moments. So this is the problem in Tai Chi. I'm sitting here talking to you guys about balance, and you're dutifully keeping your heads up. And all the time, your feet are doing whatever they darn well please, going in whatever direction, because you don't have that muscle memory yet. So we'll take a moment to look before we're in a key situation. So we're going to do it on going this other direction now, and then we'll do it let's see, the other way. So let me see. Yes, I think this is that right? No, this way, I think. Yeah, I think this is going to be the way that's going to help you the most. All right, so we have our left foot forward. Take a moment. Back foot is off sort of to your, I don't know, if this is north, it's off to northeast. So if right in front of where your front foot is north, it's off to the corner. So that's your basic bow step. And so we're here. We're going to come back. And now the left foot, we've got the weight in the pad of the heel, and we're turning it out as we read our notes. Of course, we're not actually looking down, but we'll look down now and say, is it to the corner? We're gonna go stand in the corner and then swing step. Now, let's just look over here and see where that right foot should be pointing this way, that original straight. Then it's going to go down along that original line. And then as you bend your knee, you're coming through with your strike. And we'll go up, out. Now our feet are, they'll be out to your northeast again. Go stand in that northeast corner and swing step. Take a moment. Did that other foot come out sort of on your other line? Yeah. Polish the table, reaching out in front of you, and strike.
Okay, I think my toes were doing better. Now I have no idea where my hips were.
Let's do it again. Let's do it from here. So now you're right and left. You can just mirror me, all right? Okay, you've got your toes in the right place. So here we go. One arm out in front. So the arm is striking on the side that the back foot is. And your push hand that's down is sort of near your what? Knee. Makes sense, right? We're gonna push back, moving the weight onto the heel pad, sort of on a line. We're gonna turn out. Now we're gonna go stand in the corner where our turned foot is that we just turned. And we're gonna move diagonally and make sure we're lined up right in that corner. Then we're just gonna turn around that vertical pole as we go out, as we swing step. Now our hips were standing in the corner. They're still in the pointed towards the corner. As we turn we're turning through here. And then as we bend our knee, it's going to be tempting to not keep those hips to the corner.
Yeah.
Really tempting. Look at your thigh bone of your back leg. Is your thigh bone pointing right down towards your foot? Or is it pointing down towards the floor? If you were to extend your thigh bone, it shouldn't be the case that if you turned your hips, chances are your knee bent. It's floating in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. See, if you turn your hips, you want it. You want it. The thigh bone lined up with where your toes are going. All right. I want to teach you one more thing. We will be doing brush knee for a while. Any other questions though on this part? Okay. It's really encouraging that you're asking the questions you're asking, because they are the questions. Are my hips to the corner? Have I turned out? How do I stay balanced? These are all the right questions, because this is really challenging. This is why we picked this move. It's just really juicy. It's just a really great move. All right, so what I want to do is go back to this thing we were doing earlier. Remember that? We were doing this, the step touch. The step touch with the hand up. This is actually the hand I want now. I want a nice Tai Chi hand, and I want it like this, right? Because if you were really doing the move we're gonna move, you'd be like this. It'd be right above, yeah, that's right. So it's not like grab your bra strap, but it's the same kind of thing. It's just out 90 degrees, like, it's kind of like 90 degrees. That said, I'm going to show you with this hand. That said, it's not like this. It's like this. It sits a little, yeah. Because you know what's really happening? You're actually lifting somebody up. Lifting somebody up. So in order for that to happen, this arm's going to be this nice kind of, how we hold a bag of apples, that heavy bag of apples sometimes. All right, you could turn this hand and then cock it up a little bit. So it's not like this, it's like this, just a little bit. And then if you lifted the whole arm, you see what would happen? You don't change the angle, you just lift the arm and it comes up like that. So at some point we're going to make that hand. So let me show you what's going to happen. We're going to be like this. And I'm actually going to show you, let's get in the bow step. Get in the bow step. We're going to do this on both sides, so don't worry. This hand and this hand, right? Next to the knee is the pushing hand. We're going to come forward. We did a little of this last week. Put our hand on the sticky, like Velcro. And I want you to bring this foot in. And now our heels are close, like how we were practicing before. Remember, we were stepping just from corner to corner really close by. We call that one line, two sides. I'll explain it probably more next week. we're going to pull back and turn. So we're fully to the corner. And when we pull back and turn, this arm just pulls back. This arm that's down here is going to turn and get ready to pull up. And then you're going to be standing on that back foot, and if you can come all the way up, you'll come up. But you're just going to be able to lift that foot a little probably today. So let's start that again. Yeah, here. We're actually going to move forward. Imagine that you went to strike somebody and they actually pulled you maybe. Or instead of striking them, you grabbed them. Okay, so you're going to put your hand there. And you're going to let your weight go forward so you can lift up this back foot. And you're going to bring it in so the heel, so it's pointing off in this direction off here, 45 degrees. But the heel is close to the line where you're standing on. Okay, so let's try that again. And you yield forward and onto sticky Velcro, or you grab somebody by the shoulder. You bring the other foot in. You're balanced on this foot. Shift your weight entirely and turn to the corner and pull it in. This hand is coming up, is ready to come up. It's not up yet, but it's turned. It's ready. Now, are you standing on your back foot? Can one hand go up and one hand come down? And get your foot off the floor. One hand up, one hand down. So as the leg levers up, the other arm goes down. Let's try it on the other side. This is the other side, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're to the corner, straight, front. There we go. And we're going to push with the back foot to get our weight 100% on the front foot. Then we can lift up the back foot and bring it in. It's still angled out, but it's a lot closer to the other foot. Then we're going to shift our push with the front foot, shift our weight back, and as we do, we're going to bring this upper arm in closer to us, and we're going to get this other arm ready, and we're going to still be very straight up and down. Weights on the back, just like an elevator. Your leg comes up because as one goes down, one comes up. And even if it's just the toe that comes off the floor, this is a really good practice. And if you can extend the other leg when you do, fine. But this leg has to be, this pelvis has to be able to flex. So that's what this is. Golden Rooster stands on one leg. And we'll be adding that into our toolkit. So we'll have brush knee and Golden Rooster, and we'll be doing a lot more of it as we move forward. So that's our introduction to that. And it's also, we're all about balance right now. We're all about how we center our body. how we move forward, how we move backward, how we stay centered when we're doing all these crazy things with our arms. So, and eventually standing on one leg and lifting one. Oh my gosh. So if you can work on your balance and all this stuff, you'll have balance in everywhere in your life, right? I mean, this will just be really great. So it's worth every minute that you invest in it. Questions about what we just did? Yeah, Maria.
As a general rule, would it be safe to say you breathe in and at the same time move back before you move forward? Is that shift as you move forward important?
You mean if I'm like this, would I breathe in here and breathe out here?
Yeah,
If that is natural for you, the answer is yes, because in the actual technique, you know, you do it really fast. You can't breathe in when you're exerting that much force. And it is, in fact, if you were in Nancy's class yesterday, it's a very good example of how you would coordinate your internal and external, because your internal would be, I'm going to pull this guy down, and guess where he's going to get a knee? You know, it's like, that's what you're doing, ladies. That's what you're doing. So, so you're probably not breathing in that moment. You're giving the sigh of relief or the ki or whatever it is, right? I see everybody laughing. So yes, there you go. All right. I think it's time for us to cool down and just enjoy our Tai Chi community. So remember, now you're going to have the opportunity to just get into that prepare. And we are going to do a couple of those openings, so you can imagine that lever that sort of comes out of the top of your arms and gets pushed down. So let's do that. Let's just let that pushing down in the back to have those arms float up. And now let's actually bend our knees as we come down and up in a wave. Oh, those shoulders are going to stay down and down. Nice, guys. And one more of these. And if you can coordinate your breath, do. Don't feel like you have to. And this time we're going to gaze up at the moon. Keep those shoulders down. And come down. Because we've done a lot of work. And we're just going to really take it all in. And one more. And we're going to come up and exhale with the tree. And inhale with the tree. And exhale with the tree. Feel the entire girth of the tree. Oh, you guys look fabulous. And now suddenly it's not a tree, they're your arms. And they're strong, beating wings. Let those wings move with strength. This is rock spreads its wings. We're going to come to the center, and then we're going to rise up as we come down. Bend our knees a little bit and drag our fingers through the warm sand, reaching out, grabbing sand up, squeeze, and down. Your Tai Chi pole here. Heads up, looking out onto the horizon. Squeeze and down. And drag your fingers. Feel the warm sand. Up the Tai Chi pole, onto your toes, and down. One more time. Thank you guys. Hard work today.